Do you see these people? Remember them. A little later we will introduce them to you. Looking ahead, we will only say one thing. They're just like you and me. They have a distinguishing feature, the only thing that sets them apart. For days, weeks, months, the same images come to mind. Vast plains, majestic mountains. Travelers used to trek through Central Asia for many kilometers a few millennia ago. For them, it was the warmest place on the face of the earth. It was their homeland. For centuries, this land, like a fairy blacksmith, the birthplace of wise beys, legendary akins, skilled craftsmen, nomadic warriors. But who would then create unions and states which played a significant role in the fate of the East and the West. The history of the Kazakh state is full of great achievements, but its history also contains many tragic moments, like the one when Kazakh people were forced to leave their native land. These forced migrations invariably cause much anguish and tears. The Great Steppe has witnessed the tragedy of forced resettlement of Kazakhs in a foreign land. Today, it's not surprising to meet our compatriots abroad. Many Kazakhs and Kazakhstanis live, work, study, do business and travel all over the world. But sometimes one can come across a Kazakh living abroad who has a very particular past. The colors of their passports is not sky blue. Not every one of them knows their native language. These are Kazakhs who have been cast away to long-distant lands by a strange twist of fate. But they still see themselves as Kazakhs. What a great holiday and wonderful opportunity to see their fellow countrymen. The World Kulturai of Kazakhs, which is held every 5 years, is a truly grand event. The fourth Kulturai in Astana brought together delegates from Russia, China, Mongolia, Germany, France, the United States of America, Sweden, Austria, Holland and Turkey. To the nomads of Central Asia, the Kulturai is a form of national representation. Today's Kulturai is a tool which helps Kazakhs to maintain and develop contacts with their compatriots abroad. It provides Kazakhs with a valuable opportunity to communicate with their historical homeland.
Баршаңызды қасиетті қазақ жерінде қарсы алып отырғаныма мен де зор қуаныштымын.
Kazakhs reside in over 40 different countries worldwide. Such gatherings, however infrequent, are dear to our hearts because here we can address many of the issues that trouble us. This time, the main topic of the forum has been to assess the achievements of our republic over the last 20 years of independence. We have also discussed matters regarding the development of cultural relations between Kazakhstan and Kazakh diasporas abroad. The implementation of the program Nurli Kosh and the adaptation of Kazakhs who have returned to live in their homeland. Over the past 10 years, over 1 million of our compatriots have moved to Kazakhstan from abroad. This is over 300,000 families. A typical example is the story of Kurmanbek and Riza's family. They became full citizens of their country 10 years ago. They were both born and raised in China, became honored artists of the People's Republic of China. They met in China and got married in the first year of Kazakhstan's independence. Kurmanbek and Riza are now raising a son and daughter together. According to the head of the family, moving to their historical homeland was a serious step, but they were ready for it and have no regrets. Of course, at first it was scary, the hostess admitted, but they were not just moving to a new location, another city, but to a completely different country. Despite it being the couple's historical homeland, Kazakhstan was still an unfamiliar territory for the most part. All fears were dispelled, however, once the family moved and started building a new life little by little. It is encouraging when the results justify the expectations. The conditions proposed in the program Nurli Kosh are fully available today. We are Kazakhs, and it has always been our dream to move our historical homeland to our native land, to the land of our ancestors. On December the 16th, 2001, we returned to Kazakhstan. We weren't at all thinking about what we could get from Kazakhstan. First and foremost, we wanted to do something good for our homeland, to work for the benefit of our independent Kazakhstan. We thought, and will still think, of ways to contribute to the development of our state. We came here and realized that this was the one place on the planet where we belong. Our homeland met us with open arms. We have been shown great support. They helped us to find jobs, treated us with great care, and most importantly, with understanding. Migration is primarily a political matter. It is not simply a matter of moving from country to country or making some sort of internal migration. Having studied the issue of migration, the state in recent years has come to the decision that it is necessary to transport and accommodate ethnic Kazakhs in the regions where the country needs them most. These are the northern regions and central regions of Kazakhstan. If we make a comparison with Russia, Uzbekistan and other countries, not one of these states is as involved in diaspora issues as we are. In today's world, the countries that are most involved are Israel, Germany and Kazakhstan. Alisher left Kazakhstan for Hungary with his mother after he finished 9th grade. In an unknown country, the boy began learning a new language and making new friends. He graduated from high school and enrolled at the university. He has worked in a Hungarian construction company and was twice sent to Kazakhstan on business to visit major oil and gas fields of Karachaganak and Tengiz. In a way, my life has turned out very interestingly, because I have been traveling from one city to another all the time. Everything has its advantages and disadvantages. The upside is that there is always something new going on. The downside of such a lifestyle is the lack of stability. Alisher still visits his homeland when he travels here on business, but one day he hopes he will return to Kazakhstan for good. Of course, I can never forget my past because Kazakhstan is my motherland where my relatives live, my grandmother, uncles, aunties and cousins. I could never forget these people. I might forget some of my Russian. I might speak a little accent when I'm not at home. When I do come to Kazakhstan, everybody tells me I have an accent, but the accent is not a big deal as long as my loved ones are by my side. Everything else is irrelevant. Support of our compatriots abroad is one of the most important priorities of Kazakhstan's public policy. The country provides maximum opportunities for those who decide to return. Kazakhs living abroad are assisted in maintaining close ties with Kazakhstan. The Ministry of Communications and Information provides a broadcast channel, Caspianet, in all countries where Kazakhs live. The TV channel not only keeps Kazakhs up to date about the events happening in the country, but also produces films on the history and traditions of the nation. I think the program we have recently launched and is now being broadcast by Caspianet gives a full coverage of this state program. Of course, when repatriates return to their historical land, they face many challenges in their everyday life. This program could be described as an outreach program. We do not impose anything on our viewers. We just talk about the lives of these people and their stories. We have already mentioned that our fellow countrymen who return to Kazakhstan and those who remain abroad have one distinctive feature in common. These people know exactly where the warmest place on earth is.